I thought it was a great defensive response to uh, what I think is a really challenging team to guard. They cut with such a fervor, and they're tremendously well coached and well disciplined. So felt like our guys matched that effort and that execution. I'll highlight just I don't know his stats because I don't tend to look at that, but like Shiloh Robinson, however many minutes he played, he was terrific defensively. And when you throw JV back in there and you have Isaiah, you had Shiloh and Zach, like it's a pretty good defensive team. And that's not saying that the other guys aren't, because this is a team defensive pursuit. But man, I liked what we did out there.
Coach, you made your first 5 shots from the field. You forced turnovers, it seemed like, at will in that first 4-7 minute stretch of the game. Getting that quick start, how vital was that here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think our guys, we have enough experience to know that it's a long game, but certainly it always helps when you get out in front. And but we're not trying to do that. That's not our goal. We're just trying to get a good shot down there.
I noticed in the second half, you kind of went with a different lineup, going with Van Zandt and Isaiah on the floor at the same time, kind of 2 of your bigger, better defenders. Did that have to do with Bellarmine's cutting and physical play? Because they set a lot of physical screens out there tonight.
A lot of physical screens. Yeah, they get you down in that 8-foot area or 8-foot radius around the basket and play over the top of you. So we wanted to put some size on them. And if you had any eligibility, I would have put you out there too. Well, wait a minute. You were more for the other end. My fault.
Recapping Liberty's home win over Bellarmine. We're joined by the head coach, Ritchie McKay. Now we'll get to some questions from the media.
But it's plus 17 because how well played on the defense end. He's able to do it. I guess that's the characteristic of him. It doesn't matter how many shots he takes. He's going to win it.
Yeah, I think that's why he's got a long career in basketball. He impacts winning. And he doesn't get seduced by the stat line. We trust him, and I feel like he's a really, really special player and even better person. So, yeah, if you guys notice that, hats off to you. You got some basketball savvy. I'm not surprised.
Coach, that's now 7 straight seasons with 20 or more wins. It seems to, almost become something that's expected at this point in time from your program. That's not something that happened before your time at Liberty. What do you think has led to this program being able to have sustained that year?
Yeah, John, thank you. I think we've had really, really tremendous players, some great assistant coaches, and a sacrifice from top to bottom that has warranted an opportunity to create a really healthy atmosphere. And I think words sometimes create atmosphere, and the words that our guys speak to one another and how respectfully they do it. And then I just think the united purpose that we have, and it's hard. Like you referenced, like I follow college basketball really closely. I don't have many hobbies, and like there's some great programs like Loyola Chicago, and I won't name individual names because I don't. And like it's elusive. That success just doesn't happen. And so I'm very, very grateful for the players that we have in our program, the support that we get from our administration, the assistant coaches and support staff that really are the hands and feet of Liberty basketball.
Darius gets honored before the game, makes his first shot. It just seemed like ball from the bottom of the basketball today. How special was that for you before the game, and then to see him have typical Darius game for you?
Mixed emotions. Number one, Carl Hess. My first introduction to him was when he called a technical on me when we were at Portland State and played against Duke. He called a T. So didn't really have a great love for Carl until I met him personally, and he did a lot for Liberty basketball. So was thankful that he was able to be there. What the record that he had? I think 41 years, was it?
40, almost 43.
Yeah, that's a lot of years to hold a record. So the humility he had to come and honor Darius and how he's representing Liberty, we're thankful for. And then as the games go on, I'm anxious to get to the postseason and see how we fare. But every day we get closer is one less day to have with Darius McGee on the daily. So I felt like that with a lot of guys that have come through these doors, and that's why I think we have a good family. But I'm not surprised by Darius's achievement. I'm very proud of him for the way he's carried himself and the manner in which he accomplished the record, because he cared about us more than he cared about himself.
I feel like Brody was very aggressive, especially in the first half, attacking the basket. Is that something you like to see out of him?
Yeah, great. Be aggressive. He's good. He's a good player, and we need him to be aggressive, and he's getting better defensively. So, look, as long as our guys do things, if you haven't noticed, we give them a lot of freedom because we trust them. As long as they do things within the parameters of what we're trying to accomplish out there, like we want them to drink big and maximize what the defense is giving them, and we have 15 of them that'll do that.
Contrasting styles coming from Bellarmine tonight to EQ on Saturday. How laser focused are these guys going to be knowing what happened in Richmond, about a month ago?
Yeah, we're not really a revenge program. That's not. I think that's short-term motivation. Obviously, our guys are aware that they're right next to us in the standings, so the significance of the game is heightened. But I mean, it's another chance to get better. I do think there's a cataclysmic difference between the two programs, Bellarmine and Eastern Kentucky. So we'll have to be ready for that.
We asked this about to Powell earlier this week about playing them earlier this year. That helps with the scouting, understanding what they do, especially with the one-day turnaround. How much does that help that you played them earlier this year? You understand some of their tendencies and sets, how they like to, really pressure on defense.
Yeah, what game was that in the league? Do you remember? Third. I think we're different now, and I think so are they. I think having had a chance to see individual personnel is good and healthy, but one game is never the same as the next, and so we'll get them rested tonight and get up in the morning and go through our scout and practice and see if we can't be well rested for Saturday night's game.
How much of that quick start was the natural urgency coming off a loss? How much of it is what you and your team stressed about Bellarmine and how scrappy they are and the need to start fast against a team like that?
Yeah, Eddie, we're not outcome based, and I do think our guys were a little frustrated that we maybe didn't give Lipscomb the best version of us. But that's what, and if you can reframe the loss column and look at it as a learning opportunity, that's always healthy. You can always get better if you respond the right way. And I think that's what our guys did. I'm not sure we made some shots. So yeah, it's always easier when the ball goes in, but we were 24% from three, and we're a lot better shooting team than that. So the fact that we carried the day with our defense, I think, was a really good thing. Thank you.